Hey winners, Kevin Ward here at kevinnow.com. Okay, I had a great question about an objection, and that is when you're calling somebody and like expireds or for sale by owners, and they say, well, my agent is a personal relative or it's a personal friend. Oh, so how do you respond to that? Well, how you respond to that is with excitement. Good, because it's like if you celebrate people and they have something that's they consider to be a positive, and they consider that my agent is a personal friend or it's a personal relative, people consider that to be a positive, and they're like, that's how I get rid of you, is by telling you I have my agent is my relative. So what do? Be excited for them and be on their side, as opposed to saying, oh, well, everybody has a friend that's an agent because everybody's agents, you know. I mean, everybody has a license. If I go in an adversarial way, you lose, you know. Oh, well, you have a relative that's an agent. Are they actually full-time? Do they actually sell houses all the time like me? Are they losers? Anytime you say anything that comes across as antagonistic or adversarial, or that sounds like you're challenging them, that their personal friend or their personal relative is a legitimate agent, it sounds like you're challenging that, what kind of reaction do you think you're going to get from that person? You're going to get a negative reaction. You're going to get resistance. You're going to be like, get off my case, man. You don't even know my sister and you're already dogging her? No, don't do that. How do you respond? Well, real simple. Be excited for them. Oh, so your sister's your agent. That's awesome. So is she somebody here in the area that I would know? No. Probably not, because she actually lives out in Long Beach, and I think she just got started a couple of months ago, and blah, blah, blah. Now, what I just did, and it's an amazing technique, and this works, so it so works, is what you just did was, whenever they told you they had a relative or a friend that's actually their agent, instead of questioning that or challenging that, I actually celebrate it, and it's like, oh, great, I bet I know them. And so I said, oh, great. Oh, so your sister is actually your agent. That's excellent. So is she someone here in the area that I would know? Now, what you just told them is, one, if it's an agent that's in the market, I would expect to know them, which tells them you're an agent who's in the market. You're an agent who's in the game, that's in the community of professional real estate agents. And you're also giving them every belief that says, hey, I bet I know your sister. I bet she's a friend of mine. I bet we've done deals together. And the way you do that is, oh, so your sister's an agent. Great. Is she an agent here in the area that I would probably know? And when I ask it that way, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that their sister is their agent, and she's probably a great agent. But what happens is, whenever you come across with that positive question, like, oh, I'm just curious, here's what I did. One, I gave no response that would imply I'm still soliciting their business. And when I did that, I said, oh, so you've got an agent. It's your sister. She must be a top producer in the area. That's what I just said without saying it to them. And I'm like, oh, I'm beat. I don't have a chance. You got your sister. She's your agent. And when I did that, the person will drop their resistance. They completely drop their guard, because now you're interested in who their sister is. And when you do that, they drop their guard, and then guess what they do? They tell you the truth. She's actually lives out of the area, she's actually part-time, she's actually new, or whatever. And then they're going to really tell you, and then you can say, oh, really? Great. Well, I tell you what, if what I do a lot of times is I have people like yourself who have agents that they know that actually live out of the area, and I actually can work with your sister, and actually pay her to help you sell your house. So she still gets paid, and you got somebody here that's active in the local market that can help you work with buyers if it's easy to show. Whatever it is that we can do, a lot of times I'm able to make that go better. So I tell you what, why don't I do this? Why don't I give your sister a call and see what I can do to help? And then you and I can set up a time to talk, or whatever. So what I'm doing is, now I've broken through their resistance, and I've made it like it's not me against their sister. I'm actually for their sister. You know what? And I appreciate that. I work with agents a lot of time that know people in our market here that aren't actually in the area, or they're part-time, or whatever it is. And what I can actually do is, a lot of times I can help you by being a local agent and really give you the best service, because I know the market, I'm in the market here, and I actually pay your sister as a referral, and she actually gets paid on the transaction as well. Wouldn't that be great? So what would be the best way for me to get in touch with her? And then let's go ahead and set up a time to meet, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So whenever you get resistance of, well, I already have an agent and it's a friend or it's a relative, two things you got to know. Number one, you know to come across on their side and be excited for them. And number two, you got to be aware that this may be a condition, not an objection. And a condition means there's nothing you can do about it. It's the person you're calling, it's their mom, and she's one of the top agents in the market. You know what? You're probably not going to get that listing. Why? Because it's a condition that they do have a loyal, committed relationship to an agent that you can't really, you don't really have an in over them because they are actually a top producing or a good agent in the area. Or there may be such a strong loyalty, it's my wife, she's my agent. Oh, okay. You're probably not going to win on that one. That's a condition, not an objection to overcome.